In the heart of Lagos Island, where the air was thick with the smell of roasted corn and exhaust fumes from downfall buses, sat a tiny wooden shop with a painted sign that read, Amaka's Pure Organics. The shop didn't look like much, just shelves lined with soaps wrapped in brown paper, but there was always a crowd at the door. Men and women argued over who had placed their order first, while hawkers passing by shouted, "Buy Amaka soap. One use, your skin go shine like gold." The owner, Amaka, was a slender young woman with calm eyes and a demeanor that seemed too gentle for the chaos around her. She spoke softly, yet her words carried a weight that made people listen. Her soaps were no ordinary soaps. They smelled of honey, shea butter, and something else, something no one could describe. Some swore they felt lighter after using it, as though stress washed away with the lather. Others said their skin glowed so much that neighbors accused them of bleaching. But Amaka never revealed her secret. Every night, after the shop closed, she would lock the shutters, draw the curtains, and bring out a small, ancient-looking clay pot. Its lid was carved with strange markings, worn from generations of hands. Inside was a black powder, smelling faintly of bitter cola and ash. She would mix a pinch into the oils before pouring them into her soap mold. Not even Chioma, her closest friend and helper, knew what she added. "Amaka," Chioma said one evening while restocking shelves, "your soap sells like hot puff-puff. But tell me, what's inside? No normal soap works this well." Amaka smiled faintly, that same smile she always gave when pressed. "It's just nature's gift, Chioma. That's all." But if only they knew what she mixed in the organic soap. The secret traced back to her late grandmother, Mama Nena, a respected herbalist in her Anambra village. Mama Nena had cured illnesses with roots and leaves, settled disputes with proverbs, and made soaps that villagers believed carried blessings. On her deathbed, under the glow of a flickering lantern, she called Amaka close. Her voice was weak, yet sharp. "My child," she whispered, pulling a clay pot from under her raffia mat, "this is our family's legacy. Inside lies a herb older than the Iroko tree. It has power. Use sparingly, it will draw people to you. They will crave what you make. They will never leave your side. But listen, never abuse it. If you do, the blessing will turn into a curse." Young Amaka, tears running down her cheeks, clutched the pot. She nodded, though she barely understood. When Mama Nena passed, the villagers mourned, drums beating into the night. But Amaka sat quietly by the grave, the pot hidden in her bag. She promised herself she would honor her grandmother's words. Years later in Lagos, struggling to survive, she remembered that pot. And from the first day she added the powder into her soap oils, everything changed. Amaka's soaps took Lagos by storm. Women who once ignored her store now begged for just one bar. A popular Instagram influencer posted a glowing review. "Forget expensive creams. This soap from Lagos Island is magic. My skin is smooth like never before." The post went viral. Orders poured in from Abuja, Port Harcourt, even from Nigerians in London and America. Amaka had to hire 3 apprentices just to keep up. She bought a Toyota Corolla, moved into a bigger apartment, and rented a proper shop with a glass front. Her name spread, Amaka the Soap Queen. But success came with whispers. "And how can soap work like that? She's using Jazz, a rival soap maker muttered in the market." Another added, "Her grandmother was a herbalist. Don't you know? She's using something spiritual." Even Chioma, once carefree, grew uneasy. "Amaka, people are talking. They say your soap works too well. That it's not natural." Amaka only gave her faint smile. But inside, she remembered her grandmother's words, "Never abuse it." Soon, complaints began. One woman stormed into the shop, eyes wide. "Since I started using your soap, my husband no dey sleep. He follows me everywhere, like a shadow. He even quit his job. What did you put in it? Another whispered fearfully, Madam Amaka, I see things in my dreams. Dark figures, whispering. They call your name. Amaka's hands shook as she mixed the soap that night. The clay pot felt warm, as though alive. That night she dreamt of her grandmother. Mama Nena stood at the foot of her bed, eyes blazing. You've added too much, she warned. The balance is broken. Amaka woke, heart pounding. But the orders were endless, the money intoxicating. She told herself it was only dreams. Word reached Pastor Daniel, a fiery preacher known for exposing darkness in high places. In a Sunday sermon, his booming voice filled the church. Not all that shines is holy. Some of you bring charms into your homes in the form of soap, creams, perfumes. Beware. After service, women gathered around him. Pastor, it's Amaka soap, one confessed. Since I started using it, I feel strange. Another nodded, it's like my body craves it. If I don't use it for one day, I feel empty. Pastor Daniel frowned. This is no ordinary business. We must confront her. He and two elders visited Amaka's shop that week. Sister Amaka, the pastor began, your products are famous. But tell us, what makes them so powerful? Amaka forced a smile. Pastor, it is only herbs and oils. Nothing more. But his sharp eyes lingered on the clay pot half hidden behind her counter. He leaned in and whispered, if only people knew, they would flee. One rainy evening, Chioma stayed late at the shop to finish packaging orders. Curiosity gnawed at her. Amaka was in the front, distracted with customers. Quietly, Chioma slipped into the back room. Her eyes fell on the clay pot. She hesitated. Her heart pounded. Then, almost against her will, she lifted the lid. A bitter, burning smell hit her nose. Inside, the powder glowed faintly in the lantern light. It seemed to pulse like a living thing. Fear surged through her. Blood of Jesus, she gasped, dropping the pot. Some powder spilled onto the floor. Amaka rushed in, eyes wide. Chioma, what have you done? What is this? Chioma shouted, trembling. This is not soap ingredient. This is witchcraft. Amaka's calm mask cracked. Her voice turned desperate. It's my grandmother's recipe. It makes the soap special. Chioma backed away. Special. Amaka, you're enslaving people. You've brought a curse on us all. That night, Chioma left, vowing never to return. But the damage was done. The secret was no longer safe. Within weeks, chaos erupted. Customers reported itching skin, rashes, nightmares. Some said they saw Amaka's face in their sleep. Others became violently addicted to the soap. News spread like wildfire. Crowds gathered outside her shop, shouting, "Witch! Destroy her products. She is using juju." Someone hurled a stone at her signboard, shattering the glass. Amaka pleaded, "Please, I never meant harm. I only wanted to survive, to succeed." But the clay pot, cracked from Chioma's fall, began to hiss whenever she opened it. One night, she found the powder had turned into grey ash. Broken and despised, Amaka fled Lagos and returned to her village. She walked barefoot to her grandmother's grave, clutching the ruined pot. She fell to her knees, sobbing. "Mama, why did you give me this? It has destroyed me." But in her heart, she remembered her grandmother's words, "If used wisely, it will bring prosperity. If abused, it will bring ruin." She realized the truth. Greed had driven her to add more, to ignore the warnings, to chase quick success. With trembling hands, she dug a hole and buried the pot beside the grave. "Never again," she whispered. "Never." Years passed. Amaka reopened her soap business, this time using only shea butter, honey, and natural herbs. The soaps worked, slowly, gently, without magic. Her progress was slower, her profit smaller. But her conscience was clean. Some customers returned, saying, "It's not as powerful as before, but it feels pure." Amaka would only smile faintly. Whenever she walked past the church where Pastor Daniel once thundered against her, she bowed her head. She knew she had been spared. One evening, Chioma visited her, older but still watchful. "Amaka," she said softly, "you've changed." Amaka nodded. "I had to. I learned that shortcuts only bring ruin. True success takes patience." Together, they sat outside, watching children play in the street. Amaka whispered to herself, "If only they knew what I once mixed in the organic soap." The past would forever haunt her, but she was free. And with it, her empire collapsed overnight.